If you want the one, you need to unlearn this love lesson. Check timestamps for your zodiac sign. Aries. Unlearn that passion alone sustains love. Aries. Your fiery energy is undeniable. You leap into new experiences head first, guided by passion and enthusiasm. In romance, this makes you magnetic but also reckless because you confuse intensity with longevity. You believe strong feelings mean you found the one, and you race forward without pausing to check compatibility. Love, however, isn't a crash landing. Passion sparks attraction, but it won't sustain a relationship on its own. What you need to unlearn is the idea that chemistry equals permanence. True love feels less like a wildfire and more like a steady flame, one that keeps you warm long after the initial blaze. The one for you will not only stir your passion, but also create a sense of peace, comfort, and safety that makes love feel like coming home. Taurus. Unlearn that winning every argument matters. Taurus, your strength lies in loyalty and determination, but your stubborn streak often spills into relationships. You approach disagreements like battles that must be won, clinging to your perspective even when your partner makes a valid point. For you, being right feels like stability, but it undermines the purpose of love. Arguments aren't competitions, they're opportunities to grow together. If you treat every conflict as a win or lose scenario, everyone ends up losing, especially the relationship. What you need to unlearn is the idea that victory matters more than resolution. The one for you won't care if you're always right. They'll care that you can compromise, listen, and find common ground. True love thrives on collaboration, not conquest. The sooner you release pride, the sooner you'll discover how peaceful partnership can feel. Gemini. Unlearn that logic explains love. Gemini, your curious and intellectual mind never rests. You analyze everything, pulling apart details to see how they fit. In relationships, you apply the same logic, treating emotions like puzzles to be solved. You believe if you collect enough evidence, you'll predict whether love will last. But feelings aren't equations. They can't be studied into submission. Love is inherently unpredictable, and trying to rationalize it only distances you from the experience itself. What you need to unlearn is the belief that logic can protect your heart. The one for you won't require proof or endless analysis. They'll inspire trust simply by how you feel when you're with them. Instead of gathering data, surrender to your emotions. Allow yourself to feel without explanation, because the greatest love stories are lived, not dissected. Cancer. Unlearn that your partner can read your mind. Cancer, your sensitivity makes you deeply intuitive and emotionally connected. You crave a bond so strong it feels psychic, believing that the right person should just know your feelings without you having to say a word. When they don't, you spiral, convinced the relationship is doomed. But here's the truth. No partner, no matter how devoted, can read your mind. Expecting them to anticipate every need only breeds frustration and misunderstanding. What you need to unlearn is the fantasy that love means silent understanding. The one for you will want open communication, where both words and actions build intimacy. Sharing your needs doesn't weaken the connection, it strengthens it. Real love isn't just about being felt, it's about being heard, understood, and supported because you've chosen to be vulnerable. Leo, unlearn that rejection means you're broken. Leo, your pride and charisma make you magnetic, and you thrive on being adored. Love and validation are central to your self-esteem, which is why rejection cuts you so deeply. When someone walks away, you see it as proof that you're not enough, and self-doubt begins to erode your confidence. But rejection is not evidence of your unworthiness. It's simply a mismatch in compatibility. You could be extraordinary and still not align with someone's needs or path. What you need to unlearn is the belief that love lost means you're flawed. The one for you will admire your strength, but also love your vulnerabilities. True confidence is remembering your value even when others fail to see it. You're still a masterpiece, Leo. Sometimes you just weren't the right fit for their frame. Virgo, unlearn that perfection exists in love. Virgo, your sharp eye for detail makes you strive for excellence in every area of life, and love is no exception. You create an ideal image of your future partner, imagining how they should look, act, and love. The problem is, no one can ever measure up to that flawless vision. When reality falls short, you withdraw, convinced you'll never find the one. What you need to unlearn is the expectation of perfection. Love is messy, unpredictable, and beautifully imperfect. The right person won't check every box, but they'll check the ones that truly matter. Loyalty, kindness, and respect. The one for you won't be perfect, but they'll be real. And in choosing authenticity over fantasy, you'll discover the kind of grounded, lasting relationship that actually fulfills you. Libra, unlearn that sacrificing yourself is love. Libra, your desire for harmony makes you a natural giver in relationships. You focus so much on your partner's happiness that you often forget your own needs. You bend, compromise, and sacrifice until you lose touch with what you truly want. While generosity is beautiful, it becomes damaging when it's one-sided. What you need to unlearn is the belief that love requires self-erasure. The one for you won't want a partner who hides their feelings to keep the peace. They'll want someone who speaks up too. Love thrives when both people give and receive equally, not when one constantly overextends. By valuing yourself enough to express your needs, you'll invite a deeper balance. True partnership is about reciprocity, Libra, and you deserve to be cherished just as much as you cherish. Scorpio, unlearn that solitude protects you from hurt. Scorpio, your intensity and intuition make you cautious in love. You've been wounded before, so you protect yourself by keeping people at arm's length. You date, you flirt, but you rarely allow anyone deep enough to truly know you. You believe staying guarded keeps you safe, but it actually builds loneliness instead. What you need to unlearn is the idea that love is too dangerous to risk. The one for you will challenge your fears, proving that intimacy doesn't equal betrayal. Heartbreak may happen, but hiding guarantees it. Vulnerability is not weakness. It's the doorway to lasting connection. When you learn to separate past pain from future potential, you'll discover love that heals instead of harms. The one won't break you, Scorpio. They'll help piece together what you've always been protecting. Sagittarius, unlearn that routine means love is boring. Sagittarius, your adventurous soul thrives on freedom, discovery, and unpredictability. You crave excitement so deeply that when love begins to settle into daily patterns, you assume it's gone stale. This belief drives you to seek thrills elsewhere, convinced the spark must be constantly reignited. What you need to unlearn is the idea that routine kills romance. The truth is, lasting love will eventually find a rhythm, but that doesn't mean it's dull. Those quiet routines are where deeper intimacy grows, where small gestures reveal devotion. The one for you won't extinguish your adventurous spirit. They'll anchor it while still encouraging exploration. Love is not a cage, Sagittarius. It's a balance between the extraordinary and the everyday, where even simple mornings can feel like new adventures with the right person. Capricorn, unlearn that failed relationships were wasted time. Capricorn, your disciplined nature makes you treat love like a checklist. Meet someone, date seriously, get engaged, marry, and build a future. When relationships end, you see it as failure, time lost, and goals delayed. This harsh view robs you of growth and perspective. What you need to unlearn is the belief that past relationships didn't matter because they didn't last. Every connection teaches you something valuable, whether about yourself, your boundaries, or the kind of love you truly want. The one for you won't care about how many times you've started over. They'll care about who you've become because of it. Love isn't a wasted investment. It's a journey with detours that shape you. Those reroutes weren't failures, Capricorn. They were stepping stones leading you exactly where you're meant to be. Aquarius, unlearn that settling down steals your freedom. Aquarius, your unconventional, independent nature makes you wary of commitment. You see settling down as conformity, fearing it will strip away your individuality. To you, love feels like a risk of being controlled or caged. What you need to unlearn is the idea that commitment erases freedom. The right partner won't stifle your uniqueness. They'll celebrate it. In a healthy relationship, individuality thrives alongside partnership. Love doesn't mean losing yourself. It means finding someone who supports your eccentricities while sharing their own. The one for you will give you space to breathe and create, while offering companionship that enriches your world. Settling down isn't surrendering your independence, Aquarius. It's discovering how love can expand your freedom. Proving that together doesn't mean less, it means more. Pisces, unlearn that boundaries are unromantic. Pisces, your dreamy heart leads you to see the best in others, even when their behavior hurts you. You forgive quickly, believing love means overlooking flaws and never drawing hard lines. This makes you vulnerable to imbalance, where your kindness is taken for granted. What you need to unlearn is the belief that setting boundaries is unloving. Boundaries don't push love away. They strengthen it by showing both partners how to care for each other better. The one for you won't be threatened by your limits. They'll respect them, knowing it creates space for healthier connection. By voicing your needs, you protect yourself while deepening intimacy. True love isn't about losing yourself in sacrifice. It's about growing stronger together with mutual respect and compassion. Boundaries keep your love safe, enduring, and real. Thank you for watching the video, and let us know your thoughts in comments box below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to get all the updates.